Today we're doing a 15-minute beginner-friendly full body mobility routine you can do as a follow along with me with no equipment. We've got 15 movements doing 50 seconds on, 10-second transitions, starting with an alternating T-spine rotation. So kneeling on the mat, you're going to take your left hand first and we're going to reach under, we're going to drop that towards the mat, reaching under the right arm and then reaching up. Reach under, reaching up. Now as you reach under, I want you to look over your right shoulder. This opens out the chest and your T-spine, your thoracic spine, which is that part of the vertebrae just below the neck. A nice rotation as well. Okay, we're going to take it to the other side, so we're going to be reaching the right arm underneath the left, dropping the right shoulder down, looking over the left. All right, now we're going to be transitioning between an upward dog position and then kneeling into a child pose. So dropping the hips down, hovering the hips but engaging the glutes. And then you're going to drop the knees, sit back, reach the arms out. Bringing the hips forwards. Extending the legs, taking the knees off the mat, dropping the hips down, shoulder blades back, chest up, engaged glutes, and dropping the knees, sitting back, reaching the arms forwards, transitioning back into that upward dog, extending the legs, taking the knees off, engaging the glutes, dropping the hips down towards the mat, pulling the shoulders back, chest up. All right, we're gonna go hip to hamstring now. I'm gonna roll my mat up to give me some extra support. I'm gonna kneel on my left knee. I'm gonna drop into this hip flexor stretch and then sit back, point the toe into this hamstring. Sitting the left hip forwards, engaging the glute, pelvic tilt. Scooting the hips back, pointing that toe. Although I'm straightening the front leg, I've still got a slight unlock of that front knee. If you keep a slight bend in the front knee, you'll feel your upper hamstrings a little bit more. Scoot the hips back. You'll notice this routine is all dynamic stretches, and I'll link a static routine at the end. Okay, let's take it to the other side. So kneeling on the right knee, dropping into that right hip, transitioning into that left hamstring stretch. Try and do a pelvic tilt, engaging the glute on that back leg when you're in the hip flexor stretch. Scooting the hips back, keeping some length to the spine. Right, let's get some upper body mobility done. We're going to do what I call an angel mobility sequence. So you're going to pull the elbows together, draw some angel wings round, overhead, then closing the elbows and chin off. Opening back out, reaching up, drawing that angel wing arc, bringing the hands up the center of the back, and then relaxing the elbows forwards. Pulling the elbows together, reaching down, draw that angel wing, bring the hands behind the head, open chest position, then closing it off. Opening back out, reach up, nice and high up the back, and relaxing the elbows forwards. You'll probably fit one more in. Okay, I'm going to come back into a kneeling position, a half kneeling position. We're going to do an adductor sit back. So you're just going to scoot the hips back, keep some length to the spine. As you come forwards, I want you to engage the glutes, tuck the ribs down and in. Sitting back, feeling a stretch down the adductors on this straight, outstretched leg. Scooting the hips under, coming nice and tall at the top. Okay, let's take it to the other side. The same movement. Sitting the hips back, feeling that nice stretch down the inside of that straight leg. As you come forwards, engage in the glutes, feeling a stretch, maybe down the front a little bit more. Let's get some spine mobility done, doing a variation of the cat-cow movement in yoga. We're going to be doing circles one way, so you're going to sink down with your stomach, round up, rounding your back over the top, sinking back down. We're going to do 25 seconds of circles one way, and then 25 back the other way. Changing direction. Okay, for this next one, I want you to lie on your left side. Stretch your arms out. If you're short on space, you can put your hand on your temple. You're just going to reach over, coming back. As I said, if you're short on space, put your hand on your temple. You don't need quite as much room, but it's the same movement. Keep your knees at 90 degrees. Just relaxing that shoulder towards the floor, opening out the upper back and chest. If it's more comfortable, you could put a yoga block between your knees. Switching to the other side, doing the same again. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of forearm and wrist mobility now, doing what are called wrist clocks. So you're going to lean forwards into the stretch and then turn them out. I'm going to lean side to side and then turn them under and rock back into it. Then I'm going to come back side to side, a little bit of a shift side to side. Leaning forwards, just feeling whatever stretch is comfortable. Okay, let's get the ankles and calves stretched out. I'm going to go into a downward dog stretch and pedal the heels. Sitting on your mat, go for some hip mobility, doing some 90-90 drops with a lean. So dropping both knees down, making these 90-90 angles, leaning your chest over your calf or ankle, swiveling back over to the other side. Okay, I'm going to roll the mat up because I've got another kneeling position, and it's quite a thin mat. We're going to do a bridge and reach, so hands behind, bridge, reach over, switching sides. And then finally finishing with a frog to pike. Probably going to be the most challenging, but do your best with it. So you're going to sink your hips down, draw the knees out, open the chest, and then standing up as high as you can get without your fingertips leaving the floor. Sinking back down as low as your hips go without your heels coming off, knees pushed out, posturing upright, then tucking the chin, drawing your chest into the quads for this pike. And that's it, that's the routine complete. Thanks so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below, how did you find that and where in the world are you following along from? But don't go anywhere. Why not try this mobility and flexibility routine right here, and I'll see you soon.